Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons, and we are going to talk about the brand new Dungeons & Dragons Canon Hardback, Quests from the Infinite Staircase. And we are in Chapter 7, and we are exploring the classic reconstruction, right? Redeployment, repackaging, redistribution, representation of expeditions to the Barrier Peaks. So this is a very classic adventure from early Dungeons and Dragons, and one of the things Hasbro is doing is they're creating new content, but they're also saying this is the old content that is worth revisiting, right? And they're also by not like Dark Sun, right? It's been a decade. We're never getting Dark Sun, right? And I think the reason we're never getting Dark Sun is the no gods, the no deities. They're like, it doesn't fit with any of, like it does, and they're right. Dark Sun does not belong. And actually, at this point, I'll say it. This is the first time I'm saying it. I don't think Dark Sun belongs in D&D canon. I think it should be exercised from D&D canon, right? Not like, there's no need to unlike atheists and agnostics and evangelical Christians, I don't think there's any need to destroy the books. What I'm saying is let irrelevance destroy it, right? Let irrelevance put it in the closet for the closeted. So now that's fascinating. It's really fascinating. We have these terms, and I think they start to change. And I think Dark Sun will become a closeted setting, right? It's there, everybody knows it, right? But we don't talk about it. And we're like, nah, man, like Dark Sun really isn't a thing, right? So, but let's talk about Expedition to the Barrier Peaks. So one of the things I think is really interesting about the Barrier Peaks is Expedition to the Barrier Peaks is, so in Quests from the Infinite Staircase, this adventure is presented, and it's presented in a pretty epic way. And so they're like, hey, here's this adventure. You could put this in Dragonlance, you could put this in Eberron, you could put this in Forgotten Realms, right? And increasingly, when they do this, they're saying these are the settings that matter, and we have settings that don't matter, right? Al-Qadim's not coming back, right? And Dark Sun is not coming back, right? So, but these ones do, right? And so when they say, so what I thought was really interesting was how they said, okay, so here's how you hook your adventurers. Now, the way they're saying to hook your adventurers is two things: mysterious raids and scientific enterprise. So the mysterious raids is saying, hey, you guys have just arrived in this territory and you come across a burned out outpost. And it's clear that a month ago, 250 people lived in this outpost, but now there's 150 skeletons, right? They're burned. You don't know what the source of their deaths are. These outposts were destroyed. Or they come across people from the area and they're like, hey, there's 4 outposts up in the mountain areas that were recently attacked by creatures we cannot tell what they are, right? You guys are adventurers. Can you help us? Can you get out there and investigate this, right? And the player characters have something to do. They can be useful. They can be heroes, and that's cool. The other one I loved was this scientific enterprise, not a scientific expedition, right? But a scientific enterprise. And this is a merchant who says, hey, I've seen some weird hardware coming out of the Barrier Peaks. Devices that I have never seen, devices I know were not created by gnomes, right? The best tinkerers in the world, the best clockwork makers right now are gnomes. I could tell you right now, this is otherworldly devices, right? And this merchant is like, I want you to go up there. I want you to bring some examples of this tech back, and I want you to give me every piece of information you get on the source of this tech, right? But it's going to be incredibly dangerous. So I'm going to pay you in gold, and you're going to bring me back devices which I will either replicate or I will put to use from my own enterprise, right? And I'm like, that is really fascinating. So I absolutely loved the way that Quest from the Infinite Staircase presented this material. I thought it was really, really well done, extremely well executed. And today, and every single word you just heard is my humble opinion on the best parts of Chapter 7, Expedition to the Barrier Peaks from Quest from the Infinite Staircase. The important part is when I hear from you. What is the best parts of Expedition from Barrier Peak and from Quest from the Infinite Staircase? Please consider liking, subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.